Assalamu alaikum.
Merhaba.
Khushamedid.
Hoş geldiniz.
Welcome to our YouTube channel with Miyaan
Biwi
Aur TV.
TV.
Okay. I didn't think anything for the intro today.
Yes, I also didn't
So come
think.
up with something fast.
No.
1, 2, 3, go.
Should I am I a monkey?
When your wife says so, you have to dance, monkey, dance. Do some desi dance move. I taught you. This is very like Bollywood, like stereotypical. I didn't teach him, guys. Don't come at me.
Okay, this.
Yes, I said shoulder movement, but with something. You need to have something. Punjabi. This is Punjabi. Oh, Punjabi. Ha. Punjabi. Balle, balle, balle. Shava, shava, balle, balle, balle. Shava, shava. Okay. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Welcome to our yet another review video. Today's trauma lineup is the usual, starting with Dastak, moving on to Sher, and finishing off Behroopia. As you might have noticed, we have not been doing Shiri Farhat for a while now.
And Hamraz also.
And we asked you guys if you are interested for us to continue doing Shiri Farhat. We didn't get much response. So, and also I saw the views also on YouTube. They're not doing well with their views also. So I think Shiri Farhat kind of, even though I really was excited about the project at the beginning, I don't know flop, but average we can say. Not a hit for sure. It couldn't hit the mark. It just couldn't like fly off. Maybe, by the way, I haven't watched honestly any episode, so I can't say if it's doing well now. But I mean in the story, not views. Definitely not doing well. So unfortunately, that's for Shiri Farhat. Okay, I think let's start with
Dastak.
Finally, some relief came in Dastak in these 2 episodes. Some character arc went
Fiza,
nicely.
Khala.
Definitely, I feel like maybe 2 weeks worth, or even I think 1 week worth of episodes are left. Because it feels like we are literally going towards the finale, and then the Humayun show will start.
Gave birth, Kiran.
Yeah, to a daughter.
Yeah, a daughter.
Which they named?
Noor.
Noor, like me. My namesake, yeah. So we see one full redemption that happened of the very our newest character, Fiza Khala came. She messed up everything.
Yeah.
By messed up, I mean she tried to create a lot of mess in Kiran's life, and she did create mess. And then she had a redemption arc, and she said sorry, and she's now happy and done with her arc.
Yeah.
What did you think about all of that? Apologies, about being embarrassed, of, oh, I was mistaken, maybe I was jealous, but no, I wasn't jealous. I just, my mind got, I started to think like other people think. She meant by that Firoz.
शायद मैं किरण से jealous हम मोहब्बत करने वाला शौहर फिर औलाद की नेमत, लेकिन फिर एहसास हुआ कि नहीं, बात ये नहीं, बस मैं अपने दिमाग से सोचने के बजाय दूसरों के दिमाग से सोचना शुरू कर.
It was confusing a little, like she was actually confused. I don't know, I mean she did of course injustice, like I can say she did not good things to
Behavior
Kiran. treatment, and also like davranmak in Turkish. Also like giving Shani to her, like his father, for example, 2 times secretly. Doing these things is well, like without any permission. So those things were very like bad, really very, very bad.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. Right now, she understood something happened, like a Behroopia, like kind of. She's now another personality, kind of.
By the way, in dramas, there is like a less time, so you have to have then you quickly need to give them redemption. In good dramas, they actually do very nicely with the beginning and all we see. But for example, that was my problem with the entrance of Fiza Khala so late in the show. She came as a very like a villain. I don't want to use the word that I really want to use for her. She comes like this very like taunting, very narcissistic. Like,
always also.
Yes. Yeah. And then now they've washed her clean. Okay, now she's repented. She's a good woman. She has realized. She's apologized to Moise, she's apologized to Kiran, and Kabir Mamu has also kind of not forgiven her, but like understood that she is sorry.
But Kiran didn't. If Kiran wouldn't accept, for example, I feel like he was gonna break off the engagement. And
I don't know if that would have been the case, but definitely Kiran, and this was very nice to me, that Kiran's first reaction at realizing that Kabir Mamu liked Fiza Khala, it wasn't like, oh, okay, because usually they show, in Pakistani shows, they show the heroines as such goody two shoes, such nice sacrificing ladies. She'd be like, okay, I forgive you, you be happy. No, they showed her anger, her annoyance with Fiza Khala, and she was like, and she was so close with Kabir Mamu that she didn't want her Mamu to be with a woman like her. But then she realized maybe she's being too harsh and unjust. When Moise also tells her and stuff
her
like
backstory.
that. So I really like that. I mean, I really like the part that Kiran played and how she accepted, first rejected, which I feel like I would have done the same if I was in her situation, because this woman really did not treat you well, and he did even worse things behind your back, so you should have this reaction. So I really like the treatment. The writer's best written character definitely is Kiran in my eyes. Even also Kabir Mamu is close to like how his character is written, but Kabir Mamu is one track kind of, but Kiran has had so many highs and lows in her character.
What about Feroz uncle?
Yes, Feroz uncle's writing, I don't know. I mean,
you can say, like, honestly.
I feel like he's okay. Today I'm saying we watched the episode today, but there was a moment where he kind of accepts Shani as Moise's older son. So I like that moment. So they are showing that subconsciously he has started to accept Moise as part of this family.
What can he do? He should accept.
But
like, this is too much.
But this is my thing. This should have started earlier. He was so against, and then he's saying things like him saying things like, we will take the baby from Kiran and we will make Moise marry someone else, and we will throw Kiran and we will give Shani. Those things I was saying, this is too much. But now what they're showing is more realistic to me.
Yeah, to me too.
Right?
Yeah.
That was my thing. When you will show this, like this much villainy, then when he comes back to being a normal person, it's hard to believe, because you're taking him to that level. So that was my criticism of the show. So I don't want to say any negative things, because we've accepted, like, the show has dragged on, unfortunately, but there are very good elements. So today I'm actually more positive about Dastak, because I liked, Fiza Khala's story is done. Kiran's arc I really like, and the mother, I hope they don't kill her off, but the way she's made Feroz promise.
Of course. Yeah, true.
So
I was expecting actually, like, for her to say some things to Feroz uncle, like, for example, God forbid, if something happens to me, like, for example, take care of those children, and so she kind of said, but I would actually want him to understand more, like, this like thing in the show. Like, she should maybe, I don't know, maybe in the writing actually they didn't want to mention this much, because then people think like, of course she's gonna die, then it means
it will be too obvious.
Yes, it will be too
right
obvious.
Now we don't know if she will or she. By the way, we watched the promo. With the promo, they didn't show any funeral, I think, so maybe she will survive.
But did we see also?
But we didn't see her also, which is a good thing. They shouldn't show anything in the promo, otherwise it spoils it for you. So I don't mind that. But Feroz uncle, we know, guys. Actually, I was thinking that Moise might have a daughter, because Feroz, we know his story. He had lost a daughter and he loved his daughter, and so he will now have a granddaughter. So he's gonna really love her a lot. But we are going to see Saif going full psycho. He's already, trying to go. Also, by the way, I feel like Faryal should just go and tell Kiran everything what Feroz is planning. She doesn't know yet herself, but I think she will find out. She's still. She might actually. She will be the one.
I feel like, I don't know. I mean, she was also kind of a little bad with the mother-in-law, but she's poor. I would say in this house it's so hard.
I don't mind now her being that
so
bad
hard.
with her mother-in-law.
And like,
her mother-in-law is also.
She always goes to that child, like the adoption
orphanage. So overall, all in all, enjoyed.
Definitely,
only one thing I found a little bit overacting from the actress who's playing Fiza. Khala is that she gets a call with her from her ex-husband's or her dead husband's sister, and her reaction is like something horrible has happened, like someone has died, someone has passed away, and the thing
first I couldn't understand, then actually I understood. They talked nice about like Kiran.
She said that Tanya is friends with Saif's sister, and Saif's sister said Kiran is very nice, and what was that reaction?
And she was just sitting like this.
And Mamu is like people who are good, the witness people, the nature world gives witness to their character. I'm like, her reaction was a little too dramatic for that thing. She was like on the phone like,
कैसी हो और मेरी पिक्चर्स कैसी लगी कल?
To imagine on the other hand they're saying, oh, Kiran is very good, and her reaction is like she was just feeling like, I mean, they wanted to tell us that she was feeling guilty the way she thought about Kiran and the way she treated, but I felt like that reaction was not warranted. Some other reaction should have, she could have been like, Kiran, she's, like, I don't know, some different, I'm not an actor, I can't like give the direction to that, but this seemed over the top to me. And also I will one funny moment, like the Khala is looking very like this cutely down, and I was like, oh, they've had the baby, she's looking at the baby in the pram, but
Kabir uncle,
but it was Kabir Mamu, she was looking at her baby on the bed. So that was kind of funny. And other than that, I like the whole shock of discovering each other's, like, oh, Fiza is actually Moises Khala and Kabir Mamu is actually, I like that awkward scene.
What did you think about the first like reaction of like Feroz uncle?
I think it was done.
By the way, definitely it was obvious Feroz uncle wasn't looking, then he just looked like they did it dramatically. Because in real life you will be like this.
When you would look
everyone almost. You will look everyone and like, who? I said, he was looking here, then he turned.
You're
like,
not a fish who has eyes on the side. You are like having a
that part I didn't much like.
Yes, so it was very obvious, like he was intentionally not looking that way, and then looked and gave the shock. He should, when entering the room, his expression should have been of shock. But I like that awkward exchange. It should have been this awkward, and it made sense that they didn't know while coming to the house that this was Kiran's house, because they had never been to Kiran, because her dad doesn't like Feroz uncle. But the mother was like, oh, this is Kiran's house, so you know, that part was a little but okay. But the whole exchange I was happy with. Nice to see Kiran's other sisters also, and that's all.
That's all, I guess. Not, I was also thinking, but what left?
Guys, one funny thing I have to share about Erdem while we were watching. So Kiran just kind of faints, and then in the next scene she has had a child. So Erdem was having a whiplash. She's like, what? Do you usually faint before giving birth? I'm like, no, but sometimes
Pakistani shows, I guess this is
you faint and then suddenly you have a child.
I would expect more like I told you, like a water break and other things, like take
water breaking
take her.
Is not a thing, as I told you, but definitely there are labor pains, or there's like pains, it's just pains.
But in all the movies and dramas, I saw water break almost like
are looking in Turkish or maybe Hollywood style, but Pakistan, if you're pregnant, usually you go suddenly vomit or you feel dizzy. Oh, you are pregnant. That means pregnancy. And when you are having a baby, it's like but in her case, she kind of fainted. But that can happen. I guess I have no gynecologist.
Interesting.
That's all?
That's all.
Should we give our...
Let's give them. 3, 2, 1.
Good.
Yes.
One thumbs up. This episode was good. I'm ready for Dastak to end, please. And I want Saif to face the consequences of his actions. So we will see how do they end the show. So let's move on to
Sher.
These episodes of Sher, where the Sher was actually lashing out. Like, he tried to strangle his fiancée.
Honestly, not much things happened. Right?
1 year passed. There was a 1 year time
passed,
jump.
1 year we didn't see how it passed. Like they said 1 year passed it, a text.
But the show ended then. But okay, from the things that did happen, how did you like? Meh.
And that doctor of, like, I don't know who. Yeah, in Pakistani shows, why always police officers or like some doctors or lawyers or corrupt always, like. In every show almost there is one corrupt someone, like.
Yeah, but this is mostly in shows like Sher. Shows like Sher. Oof, I feel like I'm doing some tongue twister. You know, she went to the seashore to sell the seashell, something like that. Sher, corrupt, shore, shisha. Anyways, the shows like Sher are very OTT. They are very melodramatic, so every character is a stereotype. It's a caricature. So you are showing this corruption and these villains, over the top villains, so evil, like. So I feel like that's why. That is the reason why in these, if it was a different kind, for example, we just watched Dastak, we saw the lawyers there also did some things and stuff, but it was more realistically shown.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I need to say this. Sorry, but I don't think Sher is Sher or Sher, how to pronounce it. I don't Sher. I'm saying Sher. It's not Sher, I guess Sher, something like that. So this show doesn't deserve, I feel like, 10 million or 7
You would
million.
say that every time.
I say this every time and I will keep saying, please. But like, yes, really.
10 million people you are disagreeing with.
Yes, I am
10 million.
I don't think everyone is liking the show. Maybe they are watching at meh.
It is more than the population of some countries.
One of us also, or that 1 million is us. But my thing is, we are also watching, but am I liking? It means, like, do you think everyone is liking when they watch, right? So my thing is, I don't know. I mean, like, this show, these episodes, honestly, I would say the other episodes, the first episode, as I remember in our video review also, I said, I guess it's not my cup of tea. Maybe I might have said. So now I'm saying I'm not saying it's not my cup of tea, but it is like. Right now, we will, I guess, focus on Sher. It's hard to say, and like his all the progression and stuff. And there is a uncle there, Chachu. What was Chachu? So that is very evil. The sons are very, like, literally so bad. I don't want to use any bad words.
You were in the beginning of Diane, you were very resistant also to all these things. Like, what is this? Why are we reviewing? Why now you've accepted Diane? I feel like you will.
Yeah, but I am not liking.
Honestly,
I'm not liking.
For me, I think I have accepted it since first episode. Also, like I mentioned, also I am not watching these kind of shows unless since we are reviewing, so we are watching this show.
And one more thing.
Yes.
It will be a little, like, maybe harsh, but I don't think the main actor Danish Tamur, right? He's the best, like, right now performer in the show.
# we are cancelled.
No, I don't know. Joking. If anyone wants to say anything, we are open. I'm not saying anything bad.
This is a very Danish Tamur type of show, I feel
saying her. His acting is not, I'm not saying it's bad. His acting is good. Of course, I'm not an actor also. I cannot maybe judge, but I am watching from this view.
No, but you can judge.
Yes, I am just, for example, I like Faisal Qureshi's acting more, for example.
Okay, I will okay, actually I have something
Even Bilal Abbas' acting is more, again, I can say. Even Ahad Zamir was the name. Ahad Zamir acting was better.
But they are not doing this over dramatic. Okay, I don't know about Faisal Qureshi. The other two guys, I haven't seen them in a very over dramatic. But okay, whatever. I will just say kind of something opposite to you, that I actually did like Danish Tamur's acting, especially in these two episodes. Yes, he is a very hero type. He has to be. That's just his aura. Not he has to be. He always takes projects like this.
Can I ask one
Even
thing?
in his illness, he's like he's a hero type.
Can I ask one thing? Which part did you like more? Do you think about the acting? For example, which scene did you like his acting? I will just say, like, I will also think about that, like.
Actually, I liked his more subtle parts when he was just on his bed and he was like, oh, his mother says, why did you do that to your fiancé? He's like, what did I do? Those kind of silent moments I liked. When he was watching his sister, he smiled. I liked. Of course, those things, those are very heroism and all that. Those are very Danish.
I feel like in these two episodes, he was more like this.
Yes.
Like.
By the way, guys, they had the sound effect. He wasn't making that mouth, but he was like, but the sound was coming like, but his mouth was like. So where was that sound coming from? But that, okay, I think we talked much about Danish Taimur. You didn't like him much. I'm okay with it because I feel like this is just his stereotypical thing, and I feel like this is actually better than many of his other projects. So honestly, I will encourage this more than in comparison to his other projects, which are more maybe Feroz Khan type, in Hamra Saim type. At least he's way better than that. Other than that, I think the things that I liked a little bit was they went into the will in so much detail.
So much what?
Detail. The will of Badr Shah.
Yeah. If this happens, then this will happen. If this doesn't happen, then this will happen. Then if these things doesn't happen, then this will happen.
But I like that because they gave us those, so they cannot now kill Sher. That's the reason they sent him to a mental asylum, because they're drugging him, and they don't want to kill him, because if they kill him, their whole business thing is gonna go to a trust.
Can you put this much conditions to wills? I don't know. From law perspective, I'm asking, like, can you put like conditions?
Yes.
I mean, if for example rain happens, then I want this. Or if so I was saying, like, if snow color is red, this happens. Okay, can you just put this much condition?
You are a coder. There are so many if the loops,
if has conditions
and all. It's like this, boo-boo. And there were many conditions. It was just that if he dies, in that case, it will happen. But yes, that happens in a will. If this person, then I don't think it was. Actually, I was appreciating that scene, and you are making fun of that scene. I appreciated that they went into so much nitty-gritty, and they told us that the two wives will get the lands. Actually, all sisters and wives will get the land. Sher is not getting any land. He's only getting the business. And between the wives, 50% here, there. And then between the daughters, this. Yeah. But this house, I guess, and his cars and stuff, the younger wife gets. And in case Sher is absent, again, the younger wife will handle the business. Yeah. So those
many conditions.
But it is so comprehensive. So he covered everything up.
He should draw a logic diagram. Like, for example, if this happens, then this. This happens, then this. This happens, this.
He established a whole empire. We don't even know what business they do, and he had so many properties and lands. This guy is intelligent. Why are you should give him more credit.
Okay.
He will think more comprehensively. But guys, I will say that whole scene between the two wives, where the older wife says, she's like, go wear these clothes and take off your earrings, take off your necklace. It seemed a little too much. But we know she is going to basically, they didn't show us after 1 year what's happening with the younger bahu, like the younger wife. But I'm guessing they're probably suppressing her because she must be because they must have the business in their hands. So we will see that. We don't know yet her situation, her condition. But like we already discussed, Danish Taimur, that scene where he gets beaten up, Danish Taimur actually beats up what was his
Fahad
name?
or Ahad.
Fahad, yaar, pervert. Actually, both are pervert, but the one who has hots for the younger sister.
Yeah.
Oh, he's making.
By the way, what was that scene of like he was with this phone and he was just recording?
So pervert. You know what? I feel a little like his personality. He went outside to study and he's an engineer. I'm like, you're an educated man and you're doing these things. Not that education means you cannot be a pervert. Many educated perverts exist out there, and many uneducated people are very decent and all. I'm not saying that, but it just makes like, what? You're so like such a perv. You need to be beaten up by everyone. So that scene, he got a good beating.
Almost every like one of 2 episodes or something, he's getting beaten.
He deserves
right
because.
But now the anger is gonna go up. They are trying to harm more, like the Sher. They are trying to more Sher.
They already sent him 1 year. He's been in the mental asylum.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What has happened?
Nothing. We didn't go to Fajr's. Fajr is in America, I guess, doing her specialization. And Dr. Rangoon Wala. Yeah, what is this name?
Wala. It's like Indian surname or?
No, it's desi. It's Rangoon Wala. I've heard these names, but just it's funny to me. Maybe someone's surname and I'm thinking it's funny to me.
Now one of our audience will be like, my surname is Rangoon Wala. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I appreciate. I make fun sometimes of the Turkish surnames here because they are like big city or hard or cotton or scissor, makas. Right? These are all surnames. Makas. Makas means scissor. So my professor's name was that. So that's all for Sher.
Sher. That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
Let's move on to
Behroopia. Before moving on, we forgot we will do.
This is mine.
Sorry. Then
1, 2, 3,
go.
Good. Meh. Okay, we understand. It's not your cup of tea, chai, coffee.
It's always like it's not
coffee,
cup of tea.
Sprite, cold drink, lemonade.
If they were in IMDb, maybe their point will be 3.
Let's move on to Behroopia.
Okay, let's move on.
Behroopia.
Yes.
Behroopia is one drama that makes my emotions go up and down. By my emotions, I mean my critique of it. Sometimes I'm really impressed. Sometimes I'm really critical. These episodes were like that once again. Although I really, really appreciated the fact that Zara finally went to her parents. She left the house because this guy is literally trying to kill her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't owe him anything.
Even he tried to kill his mother. He saw he was like doing this then in the night.
Yes.
And sometimes he remembers, I guess, some things and he doesn't remember sometimes.
He doesn't.
He's, for example, what did I do? Oh, where am I? What was I doing? What did I say? But sometimes also, like, he's aware of those things and he's like, okay, etc.
Yeah. So I am irritated still with Zara's parents because they are like, oh, is this really possible? How could this be? Or whatever. Yeah, how many times are you going to see your daughter in hospital to be like, oh my God, she's in danger. Literally, her life is in danger. And one other thing I truly got annoyed at, this guy is trying to literally kill you. And now you're trying to run away. You're trying to go to your parents. And he's like, okay, I will drop you off. You should know he's not gonna. It's not gonna end well, girl. I know I literally jumped to the end, but it's not gonna end well. He's obviously gonna try to do something, and in the middle of the ride, his personality changes into Junaid, the depressed one, and he tries to kill them both in an accident. She jumps out, blah blah blah. They both survive, but they're both injured. So I was just like, what did you expect? What was he gonna do? He's so unpredictable. He's literally a dangerous man.
I have a question. Like, Kabir and the other personalities are trying to protect, Mikhail.
Yeah, not
but Junaid is not protecting.
He's in depression.
So, for example, still Junaid is coming to surface also. The other personalities are not avoiding, are not preventing this actually to happen.
But you see, Junaid is coming less. He has come, but he has come less. So it means he's not that powerful personality. But if there is a strong enough trigger, it can come. I guess that's how it works. I mean, works at least in the realm of movies and dramas. That's how these things work. So I liked, like I said, that Zara made the decision to go. Did not like, are you stupid girl to agree for Mikhail to drop you at your home? Of course he's gonna do something. And the Saim's character, astaghfirullah, tawbah. What, I know you had more sympathy with the guy, right? With Saim.
I mean, not much actually. Like, why did you say? I mean, because he actually did first, he didn't want to get married. So I feel like completely this is his fault. I'm not saying because of him Zara got married. He has some effect. Of course, Zara is a whole individual person.
No, Zara did. We said that in the beginning when she married Mikhail, despite there were some red flags.
No, I know. But I'm saying Zara
also. What's that word we use?
Zara has own brain.
Yeah.
So it's not just Simon's fault. I couldn't say like that. But it's my thing is he has some effect.
Yes.
Of course.
No, but my thing was, first of all, like now if you loved this woman so much, suddenly you again were like, oh, I feel so bad for Zara because of me, this happened because of me. Then you hear she has been in a car accident and you're like, okay, don't tell me anything about her. I feel like very cold
that
behavior.
part, but I didn't feel anything. Okay. No, I don't know. That part I felt like he's just trying to forget her. It's my just like thinking.
But if you really love someone, right, you can be harshest with them, but suddenly if their life is in danger,
But I feel like he was gonna just go again to her and he was just gonna go contact her again. I feel like he was suppressing those thoughts, I felt.
I don't know. I'm not sure. His reaction when he first hears that Mikhail and Zara have been in an accident, to me, his reaction like, oh my God, is she fine? There was no reaction. He was like, he was kind of like, ugh, don't tell me this news.
Yeah.
Zara अभी उनके हस्बैंड का बहुत बुरा एक्सीडेंट हुआ। खाला से बात हुई थी, अल्लाह का शुक्र है कि ज़ारा अभी ठीक हैं और वो घर पर भी आ गई हैं शायद।
चलो अच्छा हुआ तुमने बता दिया, अम्मी बात कर लेंगे उनसे।
बात करने से क्या होता है भाई? आप लोग मिलने जाएं उनसे।
रबिया मेरे ऑफिस से कॉल आ रही है, मैं तुमसे बाद में बात करता हूँ।
That reaction to me did not sit well if you really cared about her, which shows that Simon never truly cared about her. So Zara should not end up with Simon. I don't want her to end up with Simon. Simon does not deserve her. He's not been there for her. First, there was no strong enough reason for him to not marry her.
True.
Then he never asked around ever.
Definitely.
So she should not be with him. Other than that,
what did you think about, actually there was an important scene with the psychiatrist. He went to psychiatrist.
He went to the psychiatrist.
He changed to
Kabir.
Yes,
he changed to Kabir. First he was there as Kabir and he was like, no, I'm Mikhail. Sorry.
No, Temur. He changed to Temur, right?
He changed to Temur. From
Kabir to Temur.
He went. Again, Faisal Qureshi is acting very nice. The way he talks.
And he was doing something like this. Like,
he has a nice I like that, but that scene was fine. Like, it was fine.
He was like, leave us alone.
Yes.
Like something like, don't like do any, like, you know, he was trying to protect Mikhail. He was like, no one can harm Mikhail. And like he was.
Yeah. By the way, one thing the psychiatrist said when Kabir is sitting in her office, she says, oh, you cannot be Mikhail because Mikhail is very shy. When have we seen Mikhail being shy? I never got that vibe from Mikhail that he's a shy.
True, he's not shy.
Yeah. She said, no, you must be Kabir because you are observing my room. Because, you know, Kabir is more OCD and more like that. So, actually, I'm trying to think what else was in the episode, guys. If you missed something, tell us.
Did anything happen with
No, Pupa was just feeling a little guilty because, again, they ended up in the hospital with
the
Zara.
Parents, this time, they were saying, maybe, okay, Zara, you can stay in our house.
Yeah, Zara calls them at 3 a.m. or something. And there was this meeting which Mikhail does between Simon and Zara. He invites Simon. So Simon never knew.
Talk about this.
Simon never knew that Mikhail was this Mikhail, Zara's Mikhail, and they end up together, and then he has fun there because he puts both of them in an awkward situation. Simon leaves in anger, and Simon has his whole he freaks out with towards his mom. He behaves so badly and his mom ends up in hospital. I have to say one thing. I understand under stress you can, God forbid, end up in hospital because a nervous breakdown or something. But in Pakistani dramas, every old parent, grandfather, something little big, whatever happens, they end up in hospital and then you can't express yourself because their life then is in danger. I feel like this is such an easy way to affect the story. It's not very realistic and not very like a more substantial story. This is an easy way to make the story go your way, right? To avoid certain things.
You mentioned a good point. Like, I feel like true. You are right about that.
Have you noticed this, right?
In some dramas, I noticed.
They're like, and then the father is like, and then they're okay.
But for example, I like
Parvarish,
like Dadaji and
they are made of stronger stuff.
Dadajan, right?
Dadajan and Dadijan.
Dadijan.
Nano Nani, Nana Nani.
So I was gonna say, for example, they are very strong. I feel like they are very strong.
It doesn't.
There are some strong also like old people in some shows, in Pakistani shows. But you are right. For example, when small something happens, they are like, I know.
No, they can have this thing. It can happen, of
Yeah.
course, stress and but I will just say there was no history of his mother being unwell. She was just tired or whatever.
But he was so bad, by the way,
Yes,
with
he
his mother
was
also.
bad. I
Yeah.
agree, but I
Why
feel
did
like
he,
when
like,
they
shout-
use this situation as
Yeah.
to change the story their way, I don't like
What
it.
did you think? Like, why did he shout this much? Like, he was so
Yeah.
angry, but why?
It's not like his mother never.
Yeah.
She actually wanted him to be with Zara. So
Yes.
where was this anger coming from? It was
Yeah.
fully unjustified. This guy Sam is a red flag.
Yeah.
At least Mikael has a solid reason to be what he is. He has a mental issue. He has had a childhood that affected him. He has a personality disorder. Sam doesn't have any excuse.
Also, one more thing came to my mind. We learned that actually father left the house because he ran away, right? Because of the...
No, there were
No,
three things.
I thought Temur came into
Yes.
like
he threatened.
yes, so father left.
Yes,
just
father
like,
left,
yeah.
but also the mother said father also had some corruption charges. against him.
True. That's
So there are
also
like
true.
some
Yeah.
mixture of things, but
True.
so I think he's gonna come back. But now one thing I will say very positive about Behroopia is you are not bored. You are not
Yes.
It's
Yes,
not a
definitely.
predictable story. You're like, why? Okay, Zara left, then she comes back. Oh,
Yeah.
Zara left, then she comes back again. Now again, Zara left. It has happened 2-3 times, and so what's gonna happen? So always like this because the show cannot end so soon. I am guessing, and now the Saim came back. Saim left again.
Yeah.
You know, it's like things are happening here and there. So it's a very like it's you cannot predict, which I like about this show, and they're revealing us some things very slowly in the promos. I know we maybe shouldn't be talking much about promos, but
Yeah.
there was another woman addition something, so maybe it can be a wife of one wife is dead but one is still alive. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not
But
sure.
one wife was without eyes or what? Like,
Yes,
what
he
was
said I blinded her. I don't know. I may be wrong, but there is
Yeah.
someone who's gonna come back into the picture. Not come back. I mean, a new character in the show. Other than that, except I've done this so many times, but I will still say the stylistically, I do not like
Yes.
Behroopia style of every character. The
No.
rich character, I don't like. So I was saying that
Yes.
the
Clothes.
over like worked like such a messy jacket, like very busy jacket, then very busy shirt. It was like too much. So guys, that's all for Behroopia. Let's give our
rating.
rating.
Yeah.
Our reaction.
Reaction.
Yes,
Okay.
let's call it our reaction.
3, 2, 1.
Good. I think all three were good. You had
2
one
good,
meh.
1 meh.
Yeah. So time to move on to word of the day.
Word
and
of the
today's
day.
word
Wait,
is
so fast you are like.
and today's word
Word
is
is-
from Sher. Since Danish Taimur is suffering from like they are making him into
Yeah.
a mad person, so the word pagal and he's in pagal khana. So Erdem, what is the word in
The-
Turkish for pagal?
Turkish word is deli.
Delhi.
Yes, deli.
Delhi food like
Deli.
that. So Delhi. There you go, guys.
Hudafis.
Khuda Hafiz from these two Delhis. Bye bye.
Hudafis. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. Like,
Share.
subscribe.
This is so girly.
No, it isn't.